Good morning, Kat. It's great to see
Morning.
you.
It's good to
Uh,
see you.
yeah, to some of our listeners who may not already know you, I wanted to introduce Kat Caldwell. We met at Writer MBA in New Orleans, and Kat particularly writes in contemporary and historical romance. And today we are going to test out a teaser for her new book called Across the English Channel, which is launching May 27th. And we're calling this Spoken to Launch, this little experiment we're doing here today. So I wanted to thank you, Kat, for letting and volunteering to be the guinea pig as we were in a casual conversation, and I started asking you, "What are you doing for your book launch?" And as an independent author, you're doing all the things,
All of
right? Like, so
yeah.
tell me what that looks like for you. What does it look like leading up to a launch of a book
Oh.
as an independent author?
So before we added this on top of it,
Right.
I mean, you are like you're doing everything. So you have to finish the book, and if you're going to do it kind of with the reviews already set, just like traditional publishers do now, and I've been in this for a while. So this is my sixth full-length novel.
Mm,
So I haven't done this for every book, but you have to finish the novel. You have to get it edited enough to get it out to ARC readers. Some people do beta readers, but that is, you know, up for debate on what is better. Um, so I got it edited, finished my own edits, reread it, find ARC readers, and that's a job in itself because we're going to social media, your newsletter, other people's newsletter,
mhm,
organizing them and what you're going to give them in exchange for an ARC read, and basically an advanced reader copy. You're giving them an ebook copy, so then it has to be formatted to ebook at the same time. You really don't want to just hand them a Word document because you want to keep your
mhm,
work protected.
mhm,
So it's got to be downloadable, usually through BookFunnel. I did mine through Curios and BookFunnel. Once I had a
mhm,
group. What do you do at the same time? So you're doing that kind of at the same time, right? Then you're still getting your ISBN, your book cover. You have to start booking in your book cover. If you're new to this, realize that book cover artists are sometimes booked out 3 to 6 months. So you
mhm,
almost have to be thinking of that
mhm,
beforehand. You're talking with your book cover guy or gal. You're also, now you have to have a date in which you're getting into ARC readers. At the same time, you want the pre-order link usually up on Amazon, so then you can have a Goodreads page for it, so that you can have the ARC readers have a place to give the reviews. So it ends. It's kind of like a wedding, where like you don't do anything, and then all of a sudden you have to do everything. Um,
right. And those pre-orders are really important too. That in itself, like promoting the pre-orders,
it's
is
a
almost like
job.
promoting it's like the rehearsal dinner as we talked about before, like leading up to the big event, right? Is that
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it kind of. I guess it depends on how much you can do. So your pre-orders for this one, I am focusing mostly on the ARC readers and getting their reviews in, and of course you have to
Mhm.
follow up with people because life happens. So for pre-orders now, the last 10 days I've been focusing to get people pre-ordered. So it is important, but again, your book is out forever after that. You'll be promoting it for the rest of your life, really. Um, so because of my life, my personal life, I see my launch as at least a month to 2 months long. And I know some people who are maybe more prolific than me have to make like that day or those few days kind of like the launch, and because they have another one coming out, in a few months. So I guess it depends on how prolific you are, maybe. And
Mhm.
um but usually they also have a team, to like help them because they're so
Mhm.
prolific that they're moving
Mhm.
books quickly. So yeah, however you want to see it, but I see a launch kind of as it goes out, and now I have a whole month to promote it to new readers and
Mhm.
sort of get them and do like a
Mhm.
real full month of work.
Mhm.
um
What
but
does
yeah,
what what does success for look like for you?
Oh, success. I was just talking about this morning. Um, for me, it's been a long time coming, but at the moment, I want to see a couple hundred books moving every month, and I'm well above that at this moment. Um, but in the long term, I would like to make a salary. I won't even say six-figure salary, but I would like to make like this is my job. It's a full salary. So when like
Mhm.
45 to 50,000 a year without, having to do other things. I'm also a book coach. I make most of my money that
Yeah.
way.
Hmm. Hmm.
But in the book
Hmm.
world, that's what I would like to see.
Hmm. Hmm. That's great. So what does that look like? Have you worked with traditional publishers before? And
Yeah.
w- what what would you say your greatest needs are reflecting on your time working with a traditional publisher here and now, 2025? What does it look like to have a partner in this with you to help you
Yeah.
get this launched and
Yeah.
do not only launch but successfully promoted, like you said, the
Yeah.
rest, not the rest of your life, but like that good solid like 3 months from launch date. Like that's a
Right.
I'm hearing you. I'm saying like don't put all your money on the launch. One day does
No,
it, then you're
I
done,
don't.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody does that, right?
I don't.
Um,
I think more prolific people might, but speaking to people who are new in it, always remember the people who have their system down. They've been doing it for a long time, right?
mhm,
So we always
mhm,
have to so traditional, I never had a book wise, I didn't have a great experience with my first book. Traditionally, it was a small press and it went under and it was a it was not the greatest experience. I still think it's great if people can get traditionally published. I think
mhm,
because they handle your arc usually. If they think that they can make enough money from you, you don't have to organize that. They can make an audiobook that you don't usually have to do. Maybe you have to sign off on a couple things, but um, up until now, just getting an audiobook would have cost me 3 to 4 thousand because my books are about 90,000 words. So
mhm,
that's a lot of money. And
mhm,
on something that you then have to promote, you have to sell it. You can make whatever you want, and all it takes is money. It's selling it. So
mhm,
you have to sell quite a few just to make up, that money. So a traditional publisher can do that. I've worked with them mostly with just publishing my short fiction, so with literary magazines more than anything. But I know even with traditionally published authors, if you're not well known, you're still doing a lot of the promotion yourself.
mhm,
But they do have ins on the bookstore. They do have ins. So KDP, you can actually be in KU and sell wide if you're traditionally published, which is not something indie authors can do. So
mhm,
it's a
mhm.
lot of give and take. I do enjoy being my boss, though. I like being an indie author. So um,
That's that's great. You have a lot more control over
yes,
that, fewer resources.
yep.
So wouldn't it be nice if someone came alongside you to kind of help out with
Wouldn't it?
some of
Yes.
that marketing? Okay.
But this is why I like going to conferences and meeting people who are doing cool things. So
Well, and so through Spoken, we have been known as the resource for independent authors to create their books, to stream it on our platform. But today we're talking a little bit about like what does it look like to give you the tools to help you launch that book. So you and I were talking a couple of weeks ago about crafting a teaser, an
yes, it
audio
was your
teaser.
idea. So
So
it's cool.
and I think I really want to explore that with you today and see how that might work
Yeah.
for your audience. And that's something we also talked at the conference about the reader base
Hmm.
and what readers are asking for. Some of those tangible things that make it even more expensive to become that best-selling independent author because you've got this audience who's craving and tangible things.
Right.
This might be something that gives you one more thing to engage with your readers.
Yes. Because
That's
imagine like making
less
making
costly.
a teaser before you guys. I mean, things are happening so quickly, so it's awesome. But I've been in this since 2017. I never would have imagined that it would be a possibility to
Mhm.
make an audio teaser. Like, and we're in our car so much. It makes so much sense, right? But you just feel like
Mhm.
I can't spend my money on one more. Like, you have to budget your money as the one,
Mhm.
the one person, right?
Well,
You should.
uh,
I don't know.
we should. And so, what's so wonderful that I love about being a part of Spoken is it makes audiobooks more accessible to authors who can't afford, like you said, the $3,500 to $5,000 to record their books.
Right,
So
right.
we're making it more affordable.
Professional audiobooks in a click. Spoken.